Insight Timer has changed forever. As of today, the new payment structure comes into play. So what are these changes? How are these changes going to affect your earning potential? And if you stay with me to the end, I'm going to show you what on earth you can do about these changes to try protect your income. Now, that's all going to be done in today's episode of Revenue Revealed, the episode where I'll show you exactly what I earned this month, how I earned it, and what you can do to emulate this. If you don't know who I am, I'm the Downward Doug, stuntman turned meditation teacher, who around this time last year looked at my payslip and thought, I've got to start taking this seriously. And take it seriously, I did. I turned that $13 then into $4,000 by January, and regularly I earn over $2,000 a month. I want to show you how to do the same, as I have done many other teachers in my community. But for now, let's get into this. So, you know the page. This is the dashboard. And today we just got released our new payslips, which look very different. I'm going to show you those at the end. But let's get into this new look spreadsheet of dreams, as I like to call it. This is where I keep all the earnings of what I've done on Insight Timer. And we plug and play learning on these different ratios and what you earn per listen. So I've changed a few things here, so I'll explain them as I go on. For now, let me get myself out of the way. July, free track. So let's have a look at how things are going in terms of numbers. So this month, quite normal. As you know, I don't make any more free content, so I expect this to stay similar or even drop over the time. But as you'll see, I don't mind too much because of this next thing. For those 2,000 listens, I get exactly $19. So if I take this and plug it in there to see the metro, the ratio is for every 108 plays, I get $1. Not very good. But they've got a new system out now, which is called return rate, which is how well your content does at bringing someone back to the site. So once someone listens to one of my tracks, do they come back the next day? And I guess they do, because the amount that I got was $3.12. Not the best out there, but look, it's something. Now this adjusted ratio is something I've just added, which will add those two numbers together to tell you kind of what you're earning altogether. But you don't need to know that. Just know that for bringing people back to the site, an undisclosed amount will be paid to you at an undisclosed rate. It's all a bit up there. It doesn't sound like they really know. They released a statement today saying that we don't actually know how the calculations work, which doesn't bode well for us teachers if they're not sure. Now, this, as you know, I've got loads of reviews this month. But you know as well as I do that we'll not get paid for reviews anymore. And so this is all over now. So no need for this anymore. We're not going to get paid for reviews. We're not going to get paid for answering reviews or answering our comments section in the courses either. That's all out the picture, which does make me nervous about what I'll actually earn this month. When we come across to course plays, what do we see? Well, we can see I am down slightly from last month, which is 3,743, which is fairly good going. It's above a lot of the other months. Last month was just a bit of a bumper month. So what did I earn for this? 669.52. Now, I like to release at least one course a month, sometimes more. And that used to work really well because your comments you'll get paid so much for. But just in sheer numbers, you get a lot more attention per course. So that's why I like to keep these courses coming. I know these are quite small, but hopefully you can see those. So what do we see here? Well, the rate has gone up, 5.59. So now you need 5 listens to get a single dollar. It used to be 3.5. So that's changed dramatically. Let's see what it does now when we put in our return rate for the courses. So I get a 402.50. Oh, goodness, I'm so sorry about that. 50. So there we go. Now what does that do? That means the adjusted rate is about the same as it was before, which is quite interesting. So even though you get paid less per play, the return rate can help you get back to that normal rate. Now, it's quite suspicious that it's exactly the same as it was before. The cynicism in me, the pessimist in me will say that that's by design. They just bump you up to whatever you had before. But if I take this, let's have a look. If I take this adjusted amount and put it here, let's see, what would it be? Okay, so it's not exactly the same. So that does give me some hope. So what this means, just ratio, a lot of you guys will ask me, I just display the information differently. So 5.59 as a ratio tells you how many listens you have to get before you get $1. This tells you how many dollars you get per listen. So you get 0.29 cents per every listen. This return rate is pretty much bumping me up, and together they kind of get me to the 1,000 mark, which is pretty good for my earnings for courses. So that change hasn't taken too much impact because of the return rate, but I just would love to learn more about exactly how we get played and how we get paid and what we can do about it. Course engagement was massive this month, but we get no money for it, so it doesn't matter. Now, I'll come back to the fund in a second. My donations, which are always very generous, I really appreciate this from any of the people that listen to my stuff. They don't have to do it, but it's always nice to get a little Brucey bonus, as we call it in the UK. Then when it comes to premium plays, I got 3,497. So you can see this is increasing, and that's because I'm someone who puts out content every month. If you're not doing that, you got to do it. You can see these changes: 1960, 1966, 2104, 2656, 31687. You can see it's going up pretty much every single month. So you got to get on that, guys. It's an easy way to just build up your revenue very quickly. For those over 3,000 plays, I got 610.88, which gives me a ratio of 5.72. What I'll have to do is just make a little extra space here. Insert one column to the right, and I have to do two of these. Return rate. Oh no. Bear with me. I'll get another one in here. Sorry, it's all changing. I told you, I'm trying to get these out bang on the same day that they come out. So that sometimes means I have to come on live before I'm ready. Okay, great. We've got the return rate, and we should be able to just get this here, which is, let's see if this works. Can I just take these two? I might be able to. This might be a sneaky little hack. No, it's not. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. What I got for my return rate on the premium content was 352. So a different number to what I got on the courses, even though I got a very similar number of plays. And that is, hopefully, yeah, okay, cool. So that's carried over. So again, similar rate, which again, very suspicious. Is exactly the same as what it was before. That makes me think the return rate is just bumping up the play rate. So I don't know that that's doing anything for us. It's kind of keeping us the same as what we were before. You can see here, totally different rate, but then when we add that in, let's see what the return rate was last month. See, it's exactly the same. Now, if any clever people out there can tell me what that means, I've got a feeling it just means the return rate is always going to be equal to the difference of what you used to make. So I don't know. It's all a bit tricky. So here's the interesting thing, the fund. Now, the promise was that over the last 3 months, whatever you earned in engagement, so that's comments and reviews, replying to those things, which were paid at a very generous amount, they would take the average and you get 100% of what you got as an average. Now, I worked out what I got, and I posted on LinkedIn and tagged the CEO, and I'll put a link to that LinkedIn message at the bottom of this. If you want to show support for this, if you're someone who also was negatively affected by the comments thing and hasn't been remunerated as promised, then make sure you go give that a like or put your own little comment on it, because it's important that we let Inside Timer know. Keep in mind, all right? So what did I earn last month? Last month I earned 2,500 on engagement. So you can kind of see here, yeah, 2,300 on engagement. The month before, 1,000, and before that, 730. On average, then, those added up, divided by 3, is 1,400. So I expect from the Teachers Fund, if Chris Plowman was being honest, and he definitely did his due diligence, I should expect to get at least 1,400. Let's call it 1,000 because I'm feeling generous. What did I get instead? 4, 3, 7, 12. Not the 100% at all. Not the 100% at all. And that's the part that's kind of upsetting me about this whole scenario. Christopher Plowman did this interview with Tom Evans and was like, we're not going to leave teachers high and dry. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. He seems like a stand-up guy. I'm going to assume that there's some mistake in the calculation. But certainly what I'm seeing here is not what was promised at all. If I've got this wrong, and one of you guys listening is going, yeah, actually what they meant is this, and you read it a different way, let me know in the comments below. But if you're someone who's negatively affected, then go to the link in my comments and go let them know that this fun thing isn't what it was cracked up to be. So that's my little thing. I think we need to get on top of that. Now, things have changed. Like I say, return rate is in play, but the return rate just seems to push you back up to what you would get anyway. So I don't know that there's that much benefit because it seems like it's just going to always be the difference. So we need to know about that. We need to find out more. I'd love them to release actually the calculation. It's work in progress. And the total I got this month then is 1736. Something isn't right there. That's because I haven't added all these other things up, which I still need to do. I did tell you I am working hard at getting all these things in. So I need to add in that and that and that. Now it should be correct. Yes, there you go. 2,500 for the month. And I know I sound like I'm really whining about getting $2,500, but it's just what was promised. That 473 wasn't what was promised. 1,400 was promised. So I'm under it. Although I am relieved in a way that the fund isn't helping me out that much. It means that my payment structure is not too far off what it was normally. Bit of a setback, but look, we press forward. And just as a way of making sure that everything's above board, here you can go, total income. This is what the new pay slips look like, by the way. A little bit cleaner, actually. I quite like the new setup. So here we go. You can see the return rate not really working out for us there. And it's all a bit different and needs a bit of work going on. Now, I said to you, you may find a way to get through this or find ways to mitigate these changes. And that's something I talk about at length in my community. So as you can see here, I have a plan and it involves you. All you got to do is come to school. The link is below this video. Come join this community of 117 beautiful other teachers. I don't know what I'm doing there. 107. Stop doing that. Stop. I don't know what's going on. 117 other teachers who are amazing. They're very, very active in here, and everyone's always trying to help each other out in any way that they can. So come join me in that community. And if you need any help, as always, just get hold of me. I am here to help. Hopefully see you soon. Best of luck with your Inside Timer journey. Until next time, peace.